The following podcast may be explicit. Shedcast presents Adventures from the Shed, a tabletop RPG podcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com. Welcome to Part 2, Session 2 of the Dungeons & Dragons Starter Set Adventure Podcast. We continue with our party arriving at the Phandalin Miners Exchange, seeking information about the gang of Red Brand ruffians. Enjoy the podcast.
We're going to the Miners Exchange.
Miners.
So,
maybe we should stop there just for a quick visit.
Just for a moment.
Just on the way.
Yeah,
I mean, it is on the way.
That's going to be convenient. All right, so at the Phandalin Miners Exchange, Halia Thornton is inside, and who had Halia Thornton? Was that you? Did okay. If you didn't already know it, we're going to say you knew that Bree knew that Halia Thornton is the guild master for the mining guild in Phandalin, and that's why she's at the Miners Exchange. So she helped establish, she helped establish the Miners Exchange as the closest thing the town has to a governing authority. But she, in doing so, she acts as more than just a simple merchant in the town. So she's there in the Miners Exchange, and I don't see yet a description for her, and I'd like to give you one.
It's definitely a dwarf.
You think so?
She could be an elf. So we're walking into the Miners Exchange.
So you enter the Miners Exchange.
Bree's going to take point on this one.
And you see Halia there, and I am just going to say that Halia is a human female in her mid-30s, and she just looks like a very hard-working woman.
All right, so I don't know what she looks like, though.
She looks
I mean, like, Bree wouldn't walk in and know instantly who she is. She'd have to ask around for her.
I'm going to say she's the only female
with
in the place.
name tag on her desk that says Halia Thornton.
Yeah.
She's the only female.
I'm the boss.
She's the only female in the trading post.
Okay, so
Yep.
Bree's going to walk up
obvious.
to her
Yep.
and say, "How are you doing this afternoon?"
Great. Welcome to the Phandalin Miners Exchange.
Thanks. I'm looking for someone. Halia
Found
Thornton.
someone you have, I would say.
Found someone I have.
Go ahead. Yes.
Investigate.
I am
must.
Halia Thornton, and who are you?
My name's Bree.
Greenbottle.
Wow, spaced. My name's Bree Greenbottle, and I understand that you want to take down the Red Brands.
But of course, everyone in town does.
Well, I have a bone to pick with them, so I think I can be of service to you.
Great. Have you talked to Darren Eldermath yet?
We
Edermath.
did.
We did.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Delicious
got.
apples.
I mean, he's got it out for them too. He knows a lot more about them. But oh gosh, yes, we'd love to get rid of them. I'm trying to get Phandalin back up to some sort of real town, and they're about the only thing standing in the way right now.
Can you tell us some more about them? What are they doing around town? Why are they a thorn in your side?
Why are they? Hold, please.
Oh, please.
Also,
Just a second. I've got to take care of these papers. I'll be right with you.
Also, what?
we need to find out why the Miners Exchange does not get bothered by them. What kind of a deal or what prevention do they have to...
So this is funny. Halia explains that the Red Brands are a problem.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thanks.
There you go.
That was so useful.
There must be parties that come to this town and don't talk to everyone.
That's the entire sentence. So anyway, they bother. They're a bother to everyone around here. So
Well, why not the...
But apparently not the
Miners.
Miners organization.
I'm
either.
sure they just haven't found their way here yet. We're farther south than the rest of their haunts.
So are you willing to help us take them down?
Well, gosh, I've got a standing offer to eliminate their leader, Glassstaff. 100 gold pieces, the first person to bring them down.
That's exactly who I want to go after.
Well, the
Bar
offer's out
brawl
there.
just became more lucrative.
Yeah.
100 gold pieces. What do you say, guys? I'll split it with you. We want to take down Glastaff?
I am going to inject here that I want whoever is standing there talking with her to give me a wisdom or insight check.
Wisdom. Ooh. Where's wisdom? I have no wisdom.
3.
I have no wisdom.
No wisdom.
None at all.
14.
11.
Yes.
Natural one.
Okay. So continue.
So, are you willing to help us? Oh, you said you have 100 gold.
Well,
for
yeah,
Glastaff's
that
head.
offers out there kind of the same information, but she'll tell you. So I'm sure you can find the lackeys at the Sleeping Giant, and it's possible, if the rumors are true, that Glastaff could be found at the manor.
At the manor. Okay. So, are we going to go after him?
Sure.
Bring down the red brands once and for all?
Let's hit the tavern first. I mean, we'll take out some of the lackeys. It won't be as big of a fight later. I mean, they
we don't
might
have to
go
worry
and-
about a town guard here at all, right?
No.
So-
I mean, right here.
Essentially,
at the
the
Miners'
law of the
Exchange,
land is the most powerful person of it.
Like,
That's
we're not
why
going to
the
get
Red Brands are
arrested
running
if we
first.
go up in there and murderize the place, right?
Before we go there, wait, did you say that?
Keep in the context, this is a pre-published adventure. If you're meant to kill somebody, when you walk in, they'll probably be trying to kill you first.
Did you say that we walked by some type of town hall or something when we
So
came in?
there is, on the map, a Town Master's Hall. But technically, because Halia Thornton here has been building up Phandalin, or her efforts to try and get Phandalin back up and running as a real town as it was 500 years ago, the Miners' Exchange is also playing right now as like an unofficial records office, and people have been registering claims about different things in the area. Not people, but things. Different streams or veins of miners finding ore and what have you. All that information's coming into this office, the Miners' Exchange now.
So Halia is trying to be, she's trying to stabilize Phandalin by removing the destabilizing force.
Essentially, that's the way it's coming out. Yes,
Will certainly benefit her organization.
especially with your wisdom rolls. Oh, sorry. Go on.
I'm just wondering if that town hall is something. Is there anyone there that might be willing to offer us some more money for killing the Red Brands before we go do it?
Let me try and clear it up quickly.
Because my rich patron, Sir Walter Moss, would like some extra cash in his pocket.
I mean,
Let me-
100 gold is pretty impressive.
I'll tell you straight up that although there is a Town Master's Hall on the map, there is not a section for it in
It's,
the text.
still under
so it is
construction.
not important.
okay.
Under construction.
That's
Yeah.
why it's still all at the miners' HQ.
Yeah. I'll take that back. I found the damn thing. All right. So, do you want to visit Town Master's Hall? It sounded like you did.
Yeah, I mean, there may be
Sure.
someone else willing to offer us money before we go do their dirty work for them.
Yeah,
Might as well cash in as much
I was
as
a former
possible.
mercenary.
I read it wrong, so let me recant here. On your way to the Sleeping Giant, you will pass the Town Master's Hall. So let's do that.
Let's stop in at the Town Master's Hall.
And this one has a little narrative. The Town Master's Hall has sturdy stone walls, a pitched wooden roof, and a bell tower at the back. Posted on a board next to the front door is a notice written in common. It reads, "Reward, orcs near Wyvern Tor. Those of a mind to face the orc menace should inquire within." The notice bears the town seal and an indecipherable signature.
There's orcs, too. Yay.
Must be a doctor.
So now you see inside, there are 2 yellow question marks. Inside Town Master's Hall, you see male human, as well as he's a fat old man, and also inside in the Town Master's Hall is also Sildar, and the question marks in here. The fat old dude has a yellow question mark above his head. Sildar has both an orange and a yellow question mark above his head.
Orange and yellow.
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah.
What
I
is-
remember the orange is the storyline.
Do we have any idea what the big guy's name is?
You could ask him, and he would tell you. My name is Harbin Wester.
Oh, you're one of those, aren't you, Harbin?
Yes.
Hey, here we go again.
So what can we do for you, Harvin?
So right in the middle of Town Master's Hall is a small 2-cell jail, and I mean nobody's in it, but it's just to give you an idea. It's kind of like a big building with a small 2-cell jail right in the middle. Okay.
All right.
Well, you probably saw my sign outside. Yeah, I need somebody to head out east on the Tribor Trail and take down a band of orcs near Wyvern Tor. You think you're up for it?
Well, I hear that orcs are just large goblins, so I think we're.
So I'm sure you're not up for it then.
More than game. You haven't heard from Sildar how we saved his butt from those goblins?
Oh, Sildar's just been complaining about the goblins and where's Gundren, and I can't get anything sensical out of him.
I also took down a bugbear.
What's a bugbear? I don't even know what they look like.
Well, he doesn't look like that anymore. I
He doesn't look
took
like
his
that.
jaw off,
There you
so
go.
I don't think you'll be
Okay.
worrying about him.
Yeah, I mean,
Harbin, it sounds like quite a challenge defeating some orcs. I would hope you'd make it worth our while if we went that way.
well, the standing reward is 100 gold pieces for anyone who takes them down.
Oh, wow.
Well, how many are there?
I was going to say, that's a good deal for one orc.
A full band of them.
Full band.
Yeah, there's a band of orcs.
Yeah,
100
well,
gold for a band of
call it
orcs.
200.
If you make it 100 apiece, we'll head out there very soon.
Sildar, someone here to see you.
Is that a
Sildar?
Sildar does see you. He comes over. So, what brings you guys to the Town Master's Hall?
Apparently, we're getting turned down for going to get orcs.
Oh, you probably tried to ask Halden for more money then, didn't you?
It is a band of orcs.
Yeah. I mean, a band of orcs, I mean, I'd pay like 90 gold. But, he'll pay 100. He's very generous.
Yeah,
I'm
100.
just kidding. So, yeah, what have you guys been doing here now?
We've been looking into the town's problems, and we're about to take care of a bunch of them. You got anything you need help with, too?
I got 2 question marks here, so let me get to the first one. Since I left you guys over at the inn, I've been talking to a few of the locals, and there's a gentleman around here named Iarno Albrecht, who's a fellow of mine in a group I'm a part of, has disappeared while exploring the area around the Tresendar Manor about 2 months ago, shortly after he got here. I'd appreciate it if you guys could investigate to the surrounding area and bring him back. Or, well, what's left of him. He's been gone a while.
Is that the same manner that the Red Band seemed to frequent?
Yes, the Red
Yeah.
Brands. Yeah.
Sounds like we're going to the manor.
By way of the Sleeping Giant Tap
Yeah,
House.
we'll get a warm up at the tap house, and then we'll just
No, we'll take out the
transition
manor.
down there.
Okay.
Yeah, but remember, guys, that that Gundren has been taken by the goblins.
Yeah.
And we really need to figure out where Cragmaw Castle is. So if he can keep any pressure on the goblins, I'm sure we can figure it out sooner or
Yeah,
later.
I mean, do you have any clues as to where the Cragmaw is?
The most that I've been able to learn is that to find it, you'd start searching around the Tribor Trail for more of those goblin raiding parties and see if you can get information from them.
Okay, so do we think these orcs that your buddy wants us to take care of might be aligned with the goblins at all?
I have to see page 35. Hold, please.
To see would orcs be aligned with goblins?
Yes.
Orcs and goblins would align?
Yeah.
They're both sufficiently evil?
They're, I mean,
Orcs, goblins, hobgoblins, they're all in the same
family. Hobgoblins are much smarter, though.
So what's the difference between a hobgoblin, a goblin, and an orc?
Orc, very muscular. Hobgoblin, tactician. Goblin, lackey.
Okay. And we're going after orcs.
The muscle.
Yeah. Sildar and Harbin have no reason to believe that they're linked, but they've both been causing trouble.
But they've both what?
Been causing trouble.
Causing trouble.
Yeah.
Oh, wonderful.
Of course, the orcs and the goblins causing trouble outside of town. Red brands, causing trouble inside of town.
All right.
So prioritizing.
I still think we should head to the tavern, and then maybe to the manor, and then we'll.
Well, I think that we should, if we do head to the tavern, let's speak to the proprietor first to see if that person would like us to expel the Red Brand. Because destroying taverns is never good for your reputation.
I didn't say anything about destroying the tavern, but these people are ruffians that seem to be disliked by everyone in the town. So perhaps if he is down with these guys, he might not be the beacon of hope and truth.
This could be true.
Okay.
We're all rested. We're all feeling good. We've got our spells prepared.
I'm feeling funky.
Let's go do it.
Yeah. All right. So we're going to go to the Sleeping Giant.
Yeah, we know that at a minimum we've got to deal with these Red Brands, and they probably are going to have information about everything that's happening in these parts.
At least the Red Brand part.
All right, on the way, I'm going to kind of step aside, like mentally, and start casting Mage Armor on myself.
Okay. What does that
What
do
does that
for
look
you?
like?
So you guys are kind of walking, and I just kind of remove myself from any conversations that you guys are having, and I'm just kind of finger waggling, chanting, and then I touch myself, and then like a shimmer appears over my robes, like about an inch off my skin,
Cool.
and then the shimmer fades, and I look like I'm not wearing any armor.
It's a neat trick, wizard. What is that?
But you're
do?
stronger than before.
Yes, I am much more difficult to. My little spell will deflect minor arrows and other things.
Nice trick, wizard.
Cool.
I know, isn't it though?
All right, so
So
we're walking.
when you reach the Sleeping Giant tap room, I will read to you what is in the book.
Wait, before we go in, so we know that Red Brands are inside this tavern, correct?
They usually frequent it.
There's a good answer for that in what I'm about to read.
But that determines whether or not she goes in.
Well, that's the thing. You're approaching it, and the description is as you're approaching.
Okay, so as we're
So
approaching.
that's going to
Sorry,
help.
go ahead.
And I'm like cracking joints, like stretching.
Limbering up.
Limbering up.
Crack all them knuckles. Oh, that hurt. My finger. All right. The Sleeping Giant is a ramshackle tap room at the east end of town. 4 human ruffians linger on the covered porch, perched on empty ale barrels or leaning against the wall. They all wear grimy scarlet cloaks, their sullen stares fixed on you as you approach. One of the thugs spits on the ground. Well, well, he snarls. Here's a whole pack of little puppies. What do you want, puppies? Come here to bark at us? I don't know why they put that.
Woof, woof.
Why, no, sir. We're here to visit your fine establishment.
Really? Why, we ain't got no dog food in here.
Ah, Joe, come on.
What? It's puppies and stuff right here. I can't
Well,
help it.
you fellas seem to make do, so I'm sure there's something for everyone.
You don't want to be coming around here, little puppies. It's time for you all to just leave now.
I'm afraid that we must be quite insistent.
Finch, what happened to your eyesight? You can't tell puppies from wolves? That's what I'm calling him. I'm calling him Finch. Why not? They don't have names. Do they have names? Do I recognize any of them?
They are 4 ruffians. Ruffian 1, Ruffian 2.
And Finch.
They are not given names, so we'll use Finch.
I'm going to use Finch.
Yeah.
Finch, what's the matter with your eyesight? You can't tell puppies from wolves?
We need some more names, too.
Yeah, I do. Damn it.
Finch, Greg,
Craig.
Greg.
And Craig.
and Craig. Finch,
Craig
Greg.
and Craig. And Fred.
Fred, sure. That works.
All right. Finch.
The one that came
The Finch
to
is the one that's been taunting you. How about
Yeah.
that? Oh, little girl, you're the smallest puppy here. How cute. Go away before you get hurt.
Doesn't she have a dagger? No,
Listen,
she
we don't
doesn't.
want any trouble. We just want some beer. How about
If
we
you
come on
don't
in
want
for some
any
ale?
trouble, you came to the wrong place.
Can she shoot them? She's going to shoot him. She's going to shoot him. With her
This
short
is
bow.
so funny. All right. So, as you guys are not paying attention, or not paying heed to their warnings to leave, we are going to enter some initiative. They are going to draw short swords and start towards you.
Yeah, she's going to shoot one of them. She's going to shoot Finch.
We'll see who gets to go first. Clearly, nobody is surprised here. So, we'll go right to initiative. And
Rolled
stop
17 minus 1 for
sitting.
16.
Me too.
Who's keeping
You
track?
guys are both on 16?
16.
Who is going to keep it
And
this
we
time?
both have the same
All right.
dexterity as well.
Who has a higher initiative modifier?
Both have the same. -1.
I'll defer to my friend Sir Walter Moss.
You guys are going on the same initiative, yeah, whatever.
And guess what the monster entry is on page 61? Red Brand Ruffian.
Woohoo!
They
Piece of
are
candy.
ruffians. Let's see here. So, 11.
8.
Really? Mm-hmm. Really?
What do you want?
That's amazing. You guys both rolled 16. She and I both rolled 8.
Nice.
JJ,
We are exactly half as fast as you.
JJ. 19, 13, 11, 9.
Oh, I had those cards this week anyway. We'll have to pull those out later.
All right, so I'm just going
Can I
to
get
take
some
them in
Dr. Pepper?
order. For me here, that's going to be Fred, Finch, Greg, and Craig. But that's the 19, 13, 11, 9.
Sounds like an 80s band.
It could be. They're the Red Brand Ruffians. With Craig on lead vocals, Finch on guitar. Actually, they're all playing short sword, and who's up first?
Fred.
Fred.
Fred. All right. So, Fred says, "This your last chance, strangers. Just drop everything you got and leave."
Shoot him. Shoot him.
Who's up next?
Well, this is
Sir Walter Moss.
a family heirloom. So I'm going to have to pass on that. So I will... Can you still ready in action in 5th edition?
I don't know.
Rules?
JJ
All right.
says yes.
So I will pull the axe up ready. So if any of them charge the group, I would like to take them out.
All right, we're going to check that rule out. Who's up next?
I am.
Yeah.
Or everybody, at this point, everyone is within about 20 feet. So as far as how much space you have and what you can get to do, think 20 feet.
All right, so
As you
the
guys approached, they were talking to you. You were talking
ready
back.
rule is you must choose a trigger, and then you have to choose your action in response to that trigger.
Okay.
So there you go.
Sounds
them
like we got it.
approaching us,
You're going to take them out.
I'm going to take them out.
All right.
That is the trigger, and that is the response to that trigger.
Yeah,
All right.
indeed.
Shoot him.
Okay, Thor. I think Thor was
Shoot
up
him.
next, right?
Yes.
Thor's next, yeah.
Let's go.
I am.
What is your choice?
I don't like bullies, but I too am going to fondle the handle of my warhammer
Oh, Lord.
aggressively in front of them, cross it across my chest, ready, so that if they attack, I will also swing for the head.
All
and
right.
and will taunt them, referencing
Their
their lack of manhood, and they're overcompensating for that lack of manhood.
And then there's Finch.
All right. Well, Finch is going to leap forward towards Bree, because that's the one she picked on. Mm-hmm. And so he will run straight up to Bree and swing his short sword.
Provoking from both of them first.
Yes. I guess we should have been more specific on who's standing
because
where.
The trigger is...
approaching the group.
Attack. Well, I thought it was attacking, if one of them attacks.
Well,
yes, he's attacking, but okay. So we'll do that. Go ahead.
All right. So, heft in the mighty axe.
Crit and a fail.
Oh, I got a 20, he got a 1.
All right, so they offset. Now I go. Go ahead, Thor.
Okay, so I have to remember what happens on a natural 20.
Double.
Roll 1d8 twice and add your strength modifier.
Okay. 4. 8 is 12, plus 2 is 14. So that's my total damage?
Well, is that what your damage modifier is in here? Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay,
14
so 14 total.
All right. So he takes quite a hit from you as he swings his short sword into Bree. And his hit is a 18.
He hits.
Okay. And it's a D6.
Told you to shoot him.
2,
I guess
7.
you stepped in at the same time as I did, so I went to swing, and I'm like, stop it right before your head as you duck in.
So it's more of a technicality here, but since we're not using miniatures, we're doing theater of the mind. My first thought is when this guy goes to run at her, I don't know that we established he would have had to pass both of you to get to her, because she was up front taunting him as far as I was concerned, too, in the mind. So that's where I was saying, well, all right, go ahead, because...
Well, in my mind, we're all lined up.
Yeah, I figured they would have stepped in front. As soon as they saw that aggressive action, it's just a short step in front.
But is it? That's the thing. That's what I would like to establish ahead of time. Not for the point of technically knowing within inches where everyone is, but the idea that realistically, if I had thought of that, the whole retcon thing, if Finch had known and seen both of you right there, he might not have run past you to hit her. He probably just would have hit you. And that, to me, would have made more sense. But she taunted him. I figure he's going after her, and now you guys get the shot. He still made it.
Craig.
Barely, but he still made it.
Craig is up.
And
Craig is up.
Craig and Greg. And then...
All right, well, switch those around if you would. Because that's the way I wrote them, and I want to keep it straight in my face here. All right, so Greg, in seeing Thor get that hit in, is going to attack Thor, 17 to hit.
I have an 18 AC.
18, so he will miss Thor. Whew. So Greg swings his short sword at Thor and misses.
Now it's Craig.
Wow, so they kind of... You guys had pretty disparate numbers. I tried to... Oh, there's a 1. That's going to miss. So Craig, who was going after Sir Walter Moss, missed horribly.
He tripped.
Probably laughing at your swing previous, causing him to have a wild swing.
And then Bree.
After. Go ahead, Bree.
Bree's going to shoot Finch between the eyes.
So you've got Finch right in front of you, who is bleeding profusely.
The thing you got to remember, is you always want to disengage first, because shooting in combat gives you disadvantage. You have to roll 2 die 20 and take the lower of the 2.
She rolled a 2. So
I rolled a 2.
But I'm just saying, make sure to disengage. Now you can disengage.
Yeah, now I can disengage.
But I thought disengage was an action.
It is.
Not for her. She gets bonus actions, but now she's level 2.
So let's explore that again. What is the description?
For disengage?
No, for the thing you got as a rogue.
Cunning action.
Cunning action.
Cunning action.
Okay.
So cunning action, my quick thinking and agility allow me to move and act quickly, so I can take a bonus action at each of my turns in combat. This action can be used to only take the dash, disengage, or hide action.
There you go. Okay, cool. So disengage allows you to move. Is it your speed?
It doesn't specify.
It's a specific move itself, or action itself. But it would tell you how
Yeah,
far you can move.
you move your speed, and it does not provoke opportunity attacks.
So your speed, breeze speed, so you can move 5 feet away from him.
Mm-hmm.
I think it's more than 5.
No, it's 20.
20. So do you want to move that far away?
No,
Okay.
not
But
that far
you
away.
want to move out of melee.
Out of melee
Okay.
reach.
Good. Who's up next?
Now it'd be me.
All right, Ferris.
Um,
So Finch is the only one who
I'm
has
going
suffered
to,
injury.
I'm going to knock Finch on his ass because
Okay.
he's right there in the thick of things. And
He is.
16 on the dice, so that's going to make it.
Are you performing a melee attack?
No, Ray of Frost.
Okay.
Sorry.
Like, I'll punch him in the face. Why not?
Beep, 1 damage.
Really?
No, that's what a punch is. Yes, 1 damage.
Oh, I thought you were saying you did.
21 to hit.
Hit.
That is. Where'd my dice bag go, Mickey?
Oh, it's away.
It's
Here.
away. Use one of these.
2 damage.
2 damage. So Finch takes the blast of cold and it knocks him onto the ground.
Ha ha! Kill count 1.
You loosened him up, definitely. Just because it's fun to say at this point, he started with 16. You did 14. He did 2.
He gets the kill, and I'm still down at 1. That's all right.
Yes.
I am
All right.
humble.
Who's up after Ferris?
Back to the top. Fred.
So Fred now is kind of upset. He steps in right towards Thor again because he's the one that struck the biggest blow.
The littlest man strikes the biggest blow.
Yes. 14 is not going to hit.
That will miss.
So Fred stands there, and he is now. Actually, I'm going to use a game thing here. I'm saying Fred moved up to kind of flank you with Greg, and I'm going to roll again with advantage. So that's 21. That one's going to hit. Mm-hmm. So he should have had advantage because both of them are there. That was the point of moving him up. So we'll do that at 7 points of damage. 5 plus 2. So Greg distracts you, apparently, and Fred is able to get a good shot in. This will get you for Axe and Finch. You're using Axe or Warhammer? I can't remember.
Warhammer.
Damn it. This will get you for Hammer and Finch. Dog.
Sir Walter Moss.
Walter Mars.
I look at Ferris and say, that one doesn't count.
What do you mean doesn't count?
And then I swing at one of the ones that I think is right in front of me.
You have Craig is the one that swung
Craig.
at you.
How about the one who just clocked me?
That would be Fred.
Well, I got one right in front of me.
Yes, he does.
You got one right in front of you.
Yeah. Well, he's got 2 around him. He's
Now-
being flanked.
As far as, position-wise, is there any way that I could position myself in a way that
So he can flank the flanker.
Thorin would be on one side of the guy, and Guy would be there, and I would be on the other side, thus flanking him?
I'm going to... First, the answer is yes, but not this time. Because him already being surrounded, he's not going to give you an advantage. He's already too busy paying attention to the 2 around him.
In that case, I will just take a crack at him.
It's kind of a double negative or something.
That's a
Another one.
Stop.
Wow.
Well, then.
But I'm going
Time to switch dice.
use my action surge and try this again with a
Read out
different
action
dice.
surge for us. It's the first
Action
time we
surge
see it.
is basically a 4th edition action point, so I get a bonus action, and that will recharge after we rest again.
And that's a fighter thing, right?
Fighter thing.
Okay.
Level 2 fighter thing.
Go for it.
Be not a 1.
Very
19.
nice.
19. All
Switch
right.
the dice.
Definitely
Get better roll.
Are you going to hit? That hits.
1d12 plus 3.
Kiddo
yes,
crit.
12 plus 3
is
15.
And we've already established how many hit points he has. So, Ferris, you only need to do 1 more
I know.
point.
You're going to steal that kill
I'm going to
again.
take that one back. No. All right, Thorin, the nobleman that he is, rather than trying to finish off the crippled, bloodied
You should.
mess of... he's going to take care of the guy in front of him.
Yeah.
Again with the Warhammer.
Okay. So you have Fred and Greg. They're both uninjured.
Yeah.
Now,
Now,
before
Fred-
you do that, if you kill the one that's wounded,
He'd had to
they-
disengage. Probably
They would. You wouldn't have the whole flanking thing. If you don't kill the one that has full health, they'll
No.
still flank.
In this case, Fred is the one who hit him, and he is not the one you hit. So we're going to get confused here, but he can't hit the one that you've almost killed.
So he's not the one on the other side of him flanking it.
no.
No.
Jeez.
I picked the third one because he has two on
The
him.
third one.
Yes.
All right. I am confused by their similar names.
Yeah,
you go
sorry.
right ahead.
I'm going to swing my Warhammer
Yes.
at
Fred is the one that just pierced you.
Fred.
Yes.
That little bastard.
That rat bastard.
That will do
15 plus
15
2,
will hit.
17.
17 will hit.
No,
Awesome.
you got
Is it-
4.
Oh, no. Golly, I should know my sheet better. So 19 definitely hits,
Yes.
and I get to roll the 1d8 plus 2, 3 plus 2, 5 bludgeoning damage.
All right.
Not bad for little dwarf.
If I can add here, that would make it 11. Okay. And who is up after Thor?
That would be Bree.
What about
Nah, got.
Oh yeah, sorry, Craig and Greg.
Greg goes next?
Greg.
Oh, there's Finch. No, Finch is dead.
Finch is
All right.
dead.
Oh, well, Greg is the one on the other side of Thor. 9 or 13. 13 sounds better. And plus 4 is 17. I think that's still not enough.
Miss on,
All right.
On me,
On
you.
Thor.
18.
Yep. So they're flanking Thor, and still no luck there. However, then Craig is the one that you have beaten to within 1 point of his life. He still has a short sword, a 16.
No.
Misses.
16 will miss. Okay, who's up after
Hard to hit
that?
18 with no modifier.
Now
no
goes
attack
Bree.
modifier.
Sure would.
So Bree is a good distance away, so she's going to use her short bow,
Yes.
and she's going to hit whichever one looks the most threatening. So
Right now, Thor is being flanked.
she's going to try to hit one of the ones that's flanking Thor.
Why don't you hit the one that hit Thor?
Yeah, Fred.
All right,
Sorry, hit the one that Thor hit.
Right.
The one and the same,
Yeah.
actually.
I'll
It
hit
him.
Fred.
Fred hit Thor. Thor hit Fred.
Woohoo! 15.
Roll twice, honey.
Why do I
15
roll
will hit.
twice?
You have advantage. He is threatening him. You have advantage on anyone that an ally is next to.
Well, he just had 15
Is
hits.
that a rogue thing?
It is a rogue thing.
And that is what? Sneak attack?
No, it's her thing with the rogue.
Thing with the rogue.
Thing with the
It's in
rogue.
bold on the sheet.
I
Thing with
remember
the
that
rogue.
power.
Yes. It's still empty.
Okay, never
Maybe
mind.
this one.
Never mind.
Not that one.
She does get sneak attack on, but does not need advantage.
Yeah, I can do sneak
Okay.
attack, but I don't get to double roll.
You
yes,
hit.
you do if you hide, but you disengaged last time.
All right, so
There
I
you
hit,
go.
right? And
You hit.
I hit. Woohoo!
Yes.
1 die 6 plus sneak attack is an extra die 6. It's 2 die 6.
To the who.
Woohoo! Yay! That's what, 9 plus 3? Right, because I have to add that. Correct?
9 plus 3 is death.
Yeah. 12.
Death.
Death.
All right.
And
so
Put
she
it on
is
the kill
going
count.
to.
Yes. So the arrow pierces Fred, who gets a blank look on his face and falls over sideways.
She's going to use her cutting action to hide.
Roll a hide check.
Okay. Now, technically, still, you need a place to hide. You're out on the street.
Aren't there like barrels and
They're sort of
boxes
behind-
and.
like
So,
behind
are
them.
you able
Buildings.
to move?
Yeah, I haven't moved yet.
Okay. So you'd move up to where the building is and hide behind something at the building?
So we're on a street.
Yeah, so...
There's a tavern.
Yep, you guys walked up to the tavern. This is where they threatened you. They came down off the front porch of the tavern and the fight ensued.
Are there like barrels and boxes around
Probably.
that, I mean, a
I mean,
3-foot
within-
person could kind of hide
within 25 feet.
feet?
I mean, they were sitting on barrels.
They were sitting on barrels.
But then you're going
But
up
I'm not
onto
going
the-
on the porch,
Right.
no.
You don't want to go up onto the porch of the sleeping giant. Right. So you could get around to something, most likely, sure.
Okay. And now I have to do a
We'll try
hide
that.
check. Says a D20? Yeah, no, that's not going to work.
You still it goes against their passive perception.
So it's what, 5 plus what?
So
Your stealth.
Stealth?
Second from the bottom.
Yeah.
So 12.
Okay. So you have a stealth roll of a 12.
Correct.
Okay. Got it. And who is up next?
That would be me.
Go ahead, Ferris.
Who just dropped, Greg or Craig?
Fred.
Fred.
We want to make sure we leave someone alive that we can interrogate.
Asking him to be left alive.
I'm a pacifist.
Such a cleric thing.
I'm going to Ray of Frost, the injured one.
Craig.
Yes.
Okay. Let's see what happens.
That would be a 15 to hit.
15 will hit. Are you doing at least 1 point of damage?
3 points.
All right.
2.
So Craig takes that blast of frost and falls down to the ground, motionless. And who's up after Ferris?
Back to the top. So that would actually be Sir Walter Moss and Thor.
All right. So you guys now, Sir Walter and Thor, are left with the last ruffian, Greg, who is clearly looking for a way out. So who's up first?
I am.
Okay.
I guess I'll tell him to drop his weapon,
Okay.
and we'll talk about this.
Intimidate.
Sure, I can intimidate him. Maybe.
Give me just a second.
Or I can persuade him. Persuade him would be better than intimidate him.
You can't persuade in combat.
You can't persuade him to put down his thing?
Get over here.
You put down your sword
can
now.
put down your sword.
I'll make it worth your while.
We'll talk about this.
Gosh.
I forgot I was not
No, if you put down your sword now, I'll make you sure you have a while.
Isn't that intimidate?
All right.
I guess it would
What
be.
is it? Describe what it is you want to do.
I would like to entice him to drop his weapon and talk to us about the Red Brand gang, and it will go easy on him. If
What skill would you expect this to be using?
I'm hoping to use
Perspire.
persuasion,
So
but I do have intimidation, but it's not as good.
I would ask someone to look at the rule book and read to me what persuasion says as a description. I would agree with what I heard there from JJ that persuasion was not really something you could do in combat before, but that doesn't mean you can't
I
do
just
it now.
think that Sir Walter Moss talks in a very relaxed way.
Persuasion is when you attempt to influence someone or a group of people with tact, social graces, and good nature.
That sounds like
That's
stuff
all it
that he
says?
would have.
It says more. Examples of persuading others include convincing a chamberlain to let your party see the king, negotiating peace between warring tribes, or inspiring a crowd of townsfolk. Intimidation, on the other hand, when you attempt to influence someone through overt threats, hostile actions, and physical violence.
I didn't sense a threat or violence, and considering the way persuasion is listed, we're going to play it the way it is printed. Go for it.
I'm betting that this is going to be my third one of the night, but
Yeah?
we'll see here.
Let's see.
Got the new dice. New dice
Very
says
nice.
19.
All
No,
right.
no,
better than that.
Persuasion's really good. So 22.
All right.
Persuades the heck out of
I
him.
persuade the hell out of him.
You should have asked
He just
him.
goes.
You should have asked him to
Right in
bark
front
like
of
a
him.
puppy and laugh at your feet.
Bay at the moon. No.
I got a question. What attribute, what stat is persuasion based off of?
Charisma.
That's charisma. Okay. So I'm
But I
going to
am
let him
trained
do
in it
an
or
opposed
something.
wisdom roll. That's nice. So, I'm at least, because you're already being aggressive to him, I'm going to give him at least an opposed chance. Although not necessarily ready to drop his weapon, he lowers the weapon and kind of growls to himself. Who's up next?
Thor.
Thor.
Thor, who is not above and beyond trying to intimidate, and will follow up the eloquent, silky-tongued Sir Walter Moss with a little more dwarven gruffness say, we've had about enough of this. You can put that sword down right now, or I'll smash in your head the way I smashed in your buddies.
Ooh, that's
and then you can tell us everything that you know about what is inside this here shack. And by shack, I mean your lovely sleeping giant tap house.
Love shack.
And I don't really mean lovely.
He is a man of many words.
And he says that in the Batman voice.
13 plus 3 would be 16 on my intimidation.
All right.
Pray to me. And then you can rub my feet.
All right. So he drops his sword, his short sword, on the ground.
Keep talking.
They'll kill you when they find you.
Who will
Probably not.
You don't mess with the Red Brands, isn't that right, Bree? Wherever you are.
We just did mess with the Red Brands, and it didn't take very long.
I know we just got him to drop his weapon, but it would be hilarious if when he go ahead, Bree, she'd like...
That's exactly what she's going to do. That's exactly what she would do.
As a matter of note, even though you had a 12, their passive perception is 9. You slipped away, and that was the indication they don't know. The last one has no idea where you went.
Am I able to keep interrogating him, or are we still in combat?
What is it you want to do?
Well, I want to know more.
We're at the point now. He is not going to be attacking you right now, so what's next?
So I want him to tell us about the interior of this building and see if he knows anything about this glass staff.
I'm sure he does, but the interior of the building is more important right now.
Are there any other
Glass
Red
staff's the
Brands
boss.
inside?
Inside there's no one else inside right now. We're just hanging out outside. Idiots.
Non-lethal arrow shot too. Can I shoot him in the knee?
I don't.
Can I give him an arrow to the knee?
Does this edition of Dungeons and Dragons allow for a called shot? In
Flavor
the starter
only.
set? What's that?
It's flavor only.
Yeah. So there's no actual called shot.
Not yet.
Right.
There's probably a feat for it eventually, but
can you do non-lethal damage at will?
you can do non-lethal at will.
There you go.
So
that technically is what it would be.
Arrow to the knee.
Even if you do his full hit points, you won't kill him.
Arrow to the
And
knee.
as long as you hit him,
You
we'll
are
say
hidden,
it's
so
in
you can
the
get to roll 2 die 20 this time.
knee.
Come on, Bree.
That's hilarious.
You hit.
I hit. Yes.
So 15 and 17 on the dice. That's definitely a hit. Okay. So you shoot Greg in the knee, and he shouts out in pain, Bree, bitch.
So,
Who you calling bitch?
So, Greg,
This puppy
not
bites.
more people in there? You're saying not more?
There aren't any more in there, asshole.
I've got 17 more arrows, you prick.
So, where's Greystaff or Glassstaff or whatever his name is?
Gandalf.
Gustav's at the manor as he always is. You could have just freaking asked.
We did, you dickwad.
Does he
Actually,
have any,
Thor had said, "Where's Glassstaff and what's inside the inn?" And I was saying, "Glassstaff's at the." Oh, son of a bitch! My knee.
Does he have any captives?
This
at
podcast
the,
may be
at the,
explicit.
manor?
Oh, that's a good question. Sounds like a question of someone who's read this.
No, it's we know that guy had disappeared at the manor. So if there's like someone alive up there, we should hustle up there.
Now, I have to take a moment because that's a twofold question for me. Is it a yes or a no, and would this guy know it? So give me a moment. You guys talk amongst yourselves.
Bree,
Bree needs
we
healing.
don't shoot the non-hostiles.
He is hostile. You don't know him.
That was Greg, by the way. It's Greg.
Greg.
Greg's a mean
Come on,
as
Greg.
a rattlesnake. He deserved it.
And
He's lucky I didn't shoot him in the balls.
The things that Greg has done, you don't even know.
I just don't believe in kicking a man while he's down.
He wasn't down. He was standing up.
It wasn't exactly a kid.
He's down now.
He wasn't at all. I'm not going to kick him.
Do I need to explain metaphors to you, Sir Walter?
I could heal his knee if it's really that big of an issue.
Can you heal me? I'm kind of hurt here.
Are you? I am too. Let's get done this and go heal ourselves.
She walks over and kicks some dirt on him.
You can just do a hit dice a hit dice surge. You have 2 hit dice now, so you can do a surge.
Ooh, how does that work?
What's that one die?
You have a hit dice there,
Yeah.
and you just roll that. and
It's
you
1
get
day
that
plus
back.
your con modifier.
Woohoo.
So
Do I
you
get to
heal. You heal 7 exactly.
You get that once between long rests or
Once
short rests?
once every short rest.
Oh.
Once-
Now
once
you
a short
have
rest.
2.
But you get 2.
Because your second level.
Oh, so if I'm down 5, there's no reason not to do it, right?
Exactly.
Or your hit dice
Yeah,
are already
wait.
pretty high. So yeah, I would wait.
Yeah, I might wait one more knock.
I'm
Although
back to full.
So,
you can only do it in non-combat situations.
Exactly.
in answer to
Where I
Sir
have
Walter's
second
question.
wind.
You ready?
Yeah.
All right.
Hit there.
He's got those 3, well, the woman and her 2 daughters there, but that's about it.
I haven't even heard about those. What about
It's a whole nother question mark, sorry.
jeez. What,
Yeah.
what about an
Side
Albrecht?
quest not achieved, but we can turn it in later.
That's all I know about.
That's all you know about.
And that's just been for the last few days.
Well, sir, you have been very helpful. We are sorry about
Slit
your
his
buddies.
throat.
So what do you think you're going to do now?
I'm going to sit a silver piece, like right next to his face because he's laying on the
Slit his
ground,
throat.
Okay.
and I'm going to say, "We'll be on our way."
The only good red beard is a dead red beard.
Red brand.
Red brand.
But shouldn't you commit suicide then?
I'm no longer part of the red brand.
Doesn't
So,
doesn't
why don't you
he
give
have a
him the
red
op-
beard?
Poor JJ.
I know how you
was
really
just
feel.
hard.
So
This
should
is
you get him a
going,
chance to
huh?
repent his ways?
Yeah. After we kill him.
Your animosity is astounding.
I've got a lot of anger for a little person.
You should probably
It's
work
like
on
a
that.
bobcat.
It's all green bottled up.
It's all green bottled up.
All right, so
Well, we need to go in and check this place out. I'm not entirely sure I trust them that no one is there, but there could be good stuff inside.
so inside is just a at the bar is the surly female dwarf named Grista. So
Some ass for you.
I like Surly.
hi, Surly. So what are you doing, killing my best patrons?
There's one
They
still good.
started it.
They
We
probably told you to leave and you didn't leave, did
No,
you?
they started it. We just finished it.
Damn adventurers always ruining business.
Well, maybe it's
Get
time
outta
for you
here.
to change the business that you do here.
Nah, just get out of here. There's no other description for my inn in the book.
Have you thought about a wine bar?
Get some nice cheese. Maybe some bava beans.
I guess we'll just say.
With a nice bottle of Keon. This is terrible.
You stay much longer, you're going to need an oxygen bar.
I hear those are very fancy.
Fancy.
This doesn't seem like a very fancy town yet.
no, this is a frontier town.
All right, so over the table.
Yeah.
And for those who are listening, over the table means out of play. Right?
Out of character.
All
Yeah.
right, out of character. So Bree has this thing called Thieves' Chant.
Can't.
Wow, I can't read. So Thieves' Cant is a secret mix of dialect, jargon, and code that allows me to hide messages in seemingly normal conversations. Could she feasibly start like Thieves' Cant with this inn owner to try to get more information out of her?
Feasibly, yes. Productively, no.
Okay.
You had to assume. You can't assume that someone else knows thieves can't.
I'd have to like ask first.
You'd
Even
have
though
to
it's
like
thief bar.
put it into code, and if they respond likewise, then you can have a conversation like that.
Okay. All right.
So,
And
hi,
generally-
innkeeper. Does the bread fly alone?
Generally, like thieves can't stuff, at least as far as back in second edition, third edition, everything. That's always a note passed to the DM.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Sorry. Back in character.
That's perfectly okay. I did kind of say it in Grista's tongue. However, there is nothing else in the book about the Sleeping Giant Inn. Therefore, I can't give you, well, I can, of course. I can give you any information I want. I can't give you any more useful information based on this location.
Okay. So let's go rescue people at the manor, the 3 women, or the women and 2 daughters, or something like that.
Yes. That's what the
Plus, there's probably a dead body to recover.
Greg mentioned.
He might be okay.
We don't know that, though.
How
Alright.
long has it been?
So the minute or so you spend inside, when you step back out, Greg is gone.
See, I told you should have slit his throat.
I'm sure we can follow the blood trail if we
Slit
really
his throat.
wanted to.
It's not honorable to slit guys' throats.
I would have done it.
The blood trail heads.
Coulda.
The blood trail
But you
heads
didn't.
east. If you couldn't guess that.
The blood trail heads toward the manor. I bet you we could catch up to him if we started going that way.
Yeah.
All right, let's get towards
He's not
the manor.
walking too well.
Yeah, the manor is about 500 feet up that hill over there to the east,
Let's
Oh,
go.
it's closer than I thought.
from the sleeping giant where you were.
Let's follow the
sleep-
blood.
The sleeping giant is the closest inn to the manor.
All right, I'm going to do my healing surge thing
Well,
before
it's
we
not
do.
an inn; it's an alehouse, tap room, what have you.
And I think I'm going to be walking slow motion,
Okay.
axe in front of me.
Dun, 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 dun.
You guys had figured your health, right? You did that.
I'm
while
gonna
I was
do that
doing
right now.
something else. Okay.
Yes.
Nice.
You're way more than enough.
So I'm
Probably
maxed.
pull up.
Yep.
All right.
And that's one hit die gone, right?
Yes.
You have 1 more to spend.
So, what? We have to.
Oh, I was going to write. It's 11 plus 23.
Something you can erase.
My pretty.
I have a pencil.
Why are we whispering?
It happens.
Recording. You know, recording, they can hear everything.
Yeah.
But they can't hear whispers, right? Can't hear it.
Well, Mike can't hear it as good, and Kurt can't, but it's nice and clear in the headphones. It really is.
That's why I don't wear headphones.
Can we run after this guy? We're going to lose the element of surprise.
So let me. I've got to recant a little bit
Sure.
and
But the
give you.
camera's still in slow motion.
I'm going to give you a couple bits more of information from Greg and pretend you had them a few minutes ago.
Okay, cool.
Because it's a page after that says if the character successfully questioned any of the red brands. So you definitively learn that the Tresender Manor is indeed the hideout. However, it is caves under the manor that is the hideout for the red brand. So it is not the manor itself; it's underneath. The leader of the red brands is Glassstaff. You learn through Greg that he's a wizard.
Oh, really?
And they call him Glassstaff because his magic staff is made of glass.
He is such a pimp.
Yeah.
Pimp smack.
And the kind of the why are you here question, I'll give you an answer to, even though I don't know anyone asked it. I can't remember. The Black Spider has hired the Red Brands to frighten off adventurers and intimidate everyone around the area. So they're getting paid well.
Side
to do
quest
it.
tie-in.
Yeah.
They might know where the black spider is.
And
It's hard. Probably
when you had asked about if he had any captives there, he mentioned the woman and her 2 daughters, and they're off in a holding area near the old crypts, and that's guarded by skeletons. It's a nasty place to go, and he gives like a little shudder, like the skeletons in that area suck.
It seems like
and the
Glassstaff's
whole
a necromancer.
and the whole lower part of the complex is guarded by that hideous eye monster.
Oh, shit.
The hideous eye monster?
Yeah, the
I need to roll...
eye monster.
What do I know about Eye Monster?
I don't know.
I know that we need to turn around and go back to the inn.
I think this is what I think it is.
I know what it is,
This will
but
be the first
I need to
time
know
I've
whether
ever
or not
seen one.
Ferris... Does Ferris know what the Eye Monster is?
We'll find out.
Well, we could do an Arcana or
Well, that's the thing. I don't want to roll until
Let
Joe
me-
tells me
let-
to roll.
Yeah, let me get you an
nature.
idea here.
Bean footage.
And again, it's another one where I need to take.
can't be in
moment.
an adventure with second level characters.
There it is.
Yep.
I'm thinking
they are in 4th edition.
Really?
The eye monsters?
Yes, they have different kinds. They scale.
Ah.
I'm thinking that we could chase down Greg or Craig, whichever one's left, and knock him out.
The name is
maybe.
inconsequential.
And then, like,
tie him up with some of that hempen rope you got now.
Slit his throat.
Feed him to the beholder.
And then we could like swing around to the back, let the people free, and then we can do Black Ops style in there.
Listeners, just so you know,
Flashbangs.
that Kurt is doing what we call metagaming, and that's a big no-no.
I have mixed feelings on
It is-
metagaming myself. So
It is
we'll see.
it is a eye monster until we know it is the beholder.
So
Sorry, I'm
what
monster.
what is it out because Greg here just says that statement, okay, that the lower part of the complex is guarded by that hideous eye monster. What are you going to ask Greg that would give you the information that you want to get with this role?
When it says I need to know what I know about that. Like,
Could he think of his previous knowledge on the subject and know what he meant by eye
Like-
monster?
But that's the thing. He just said eye monster. As far as you know, it could be a Cyclops bugbear. Right? What does that mean? But what would you ask him?
Ask him to describe it.
That's what I mean. Let's take the metagame route, if you will, and say, is it a floating eye, a big eye with stalks overhead that looks like a wrinkly brain thing?
yeah, like what by eye monster? What do you mean?
After a tussle with the Red Brands, our heroes are left questioning one of them as we end this session. Greg tells them about the Eye Monster. Join us for the next session where we learn if it's a beholder or just some other metagamed monster. Thanks for joining us. The preceding podcast was brought to you by Shedcast. You can find us online at adventuresfromtheshed.com.